So I've noticed, due to your credits, that you have done both first AD work and second AD work, and probably some down the line. Has there ever been at a point in your career where you've said, okay, from here on out, I only want a first AD, or I only want a second AD?
I think it was after my first second AD job. I hated it. I had a chance. I had been a PA on a TV series, and the producer and I got along very well. And he said, I'm doing a TV series down in Mexico. You want to come down and you can be the second AD? And I said, no, I'm sorry. He said, do you want to come down? You can be a PA on it. I said, no, I'm a second AD. He said, well, you've never second AD'd before. I said, I know, but I'm a second AD. I was doing the second AD's job on your TV series. Now I just want to get paid for it. He goes, well, we're not paying a lot, so you can be a PA. I said, no, I'll help you prep the show, but I won't do it. I'm not going to go down unless I'm a second AD. So he goes down to Mexico, he gets the job, and about 2 days later he calls me up and says, would you like to come down and be the second AD? So that's how I basically put my foot down. And at that point on that show, I was a second. At the end of that TV series, I hated being a second. I don't know that I was a great second, but I felt like I was. My ego thought I was.
Yeah.
And when I came back, I said, I'd rather be a first. I get that job. I get the scheduling. And personality-wise, I felt like I fit that better than being the guy just moving people and shuttling people around and being so far away from the camera. I wanted to be near the camera.
Right.
So when I made that decision, there were still periods where I had to do some second work. And it's not easy making the transition because, again, how many credits as a first did I have? This many.
Yeah.
But in the non-union world, there is always somebody out there with very little or no money who needs somebody. And if you're willing to be that schmuck, God bless.
Yeah.
And so I was. And it was really early on in my career. The only time I ever really seconded in the past 20 years, and it was more than 15 years ago, was when a friend called and asked a favor. And they said, hey, I need a favor from you. Can you please? And a couple of times I did for some second unit work, or a very good friend of mine named Gary Marcus, who's a great first AD, called me up, and I worked for him just on second unit doing something, but that was it.
So they say that the road to producing is often through assistant directing.
Could be, yeah.
Do you feel that you've ever wanted to go out and produce your own work?
I've thought about that more and more in the last few years, and it would have to be the right situation. The hours are worse.
And that's saying a lot because an assistant director has pretty long hours itself.
It is, and I think it depends on, again, it would depend on the project. If it was a project I really wanted to do, or the money was really good and it was an alluring idea, I'd probably do it. But I like what I do. So I think the answer is yes, there's absolutely a pathway to go from my job to either production managing or my job to producing. And I know a lot of guys who've done it. My intention is to go from first ADing to directing, and the only real avenue firsting to directing that I know of is in TV. Season 2, season 3, yeah, give it the AD a day. You start to build a reputation that way. The danger of moving up before you have work waiting for you is you declare, hey, I'm a first AD, and now you don't work because everybody knows you as a second. Or, hey, I'm a director, and now nobody hires you because they only know you as a first.
Right.
They want you as a first. They like you as a first. You're their guy as a first. Now, why would they need you as a director? Now they have to find another first AD to replace you, and they have to displace a director to hire you. So it's an interesting transition. I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so am I.